All right, so I'm going to quickly show you the difference between Google LSAs or local services ads, or in the local service business industry called Google Guaranteed, versus the Google Ads regular. So not LSAs, or commonly referred to as CPC or cost per click. So right here, I've got a pretty probably common keyword in Scottsdale, Arizona, probably a highly sought after keyword, meaning it's expensive, and you can tell by people running ads to it that people are paying to be here. So what we come and see here is, so this could be many different keyword styles, but plumbing service Scottsdale. So we come in and we see these top two. Now, what are these? These are the Google LSA ads, or local services ads. These are a pay per lead platform. And you'll notice I said cost per click earlier, which means clicking would cost the business money, or whoever's running it money. In this case, pay per lead means I can click all over this thing right here. But no matter what I do, even if I hit get phone number and I call them, even if I call them and I turn out to be a bad lead, in most cases, if the marketer has done it right, or the person running them, that can turn into an uncharged lead because it was not a good lead. And you can see here, you have the option to message the business. You can book using probably their third-party booking CRM, and most commonly the phone number. So with these, there's no website. It's basically like an ad for your Google business profile. And I know there is sometimes ads here for the Google business profile, but this is in a different way because the ads down here would still be cost per click. So that's Google LSA. And these are separate from Google cost per click or regular Google ads. They are tied to the regular Google ads account, but they are not the same thing. These are tied to your Google business profile. So if you have a 4.7 rating, you're going to have a 4.7 rating on here as well. And you want to keep everything consistent along, open 24/7, same phone number, blah, blah, blah. Cost per click, on the other hand, is an older, or the original form of Google Ads, if you will, where if I click on this right now, that charges these guys money. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want plumbing services in Scottsdale, but I will say they both work. If they weren't working, nobody would be doing them. I will say also that Google Ads, the traditional version, have evolved in many ways. So they show up in different locations, such as they'll show up in the map pack here, and it'll show your Google business, but it will be a cost per click ad or a traditional Google ad, not a Google Guaranteed. So these guys get a little badge, become Google Guaranteed, or have these ads running here, these top two, or even because there's a bunch of these, all these people are Google Guaranteed. You have to submit certain legitimizers for the business that you run, such as insurance papers, maybe proof of business, proof of contractor's license. It varies based on business. There's certain businesses that Google doesn't provide this for, but a lot of businesses in certain zip codes, they will, especially for local service-based ones. These you can run for anything. They're not, tied to anything. It's like if you want to pay to show something for a certain keyword, you can do it. It doesn't matter what kind of business, where you are, nothing like that. These are more location dependent, and hence local services ads. They're local, they're a little more tailored. They're not as broad as, like, no such thing as an e-com local services ad. So yeah, I thought you might find that useful. These are pay per click. So when I click, these are pay per lead. So if you ever want to know any more about these, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Both demand different strategies, and both demand attention and the right maintenance and the right setting up and everything to ultimately make them successful and ultimately get them in these top spots so that they're showing for top keywords in said market.